Hi. Hi. So, I debated continuing the whole Easter bit as much fun as I was having with it. I think I'll leave it in its containment video. Let it have its own containment video for that insanity. So, um, I forgot that you can save anywhere in Souls games. I tend to forget that. I tend to think that like I need to go back to a bonfire when I want to save and exit. I always forget that the game like saves like. So I was gonna make my way. If you remember, I ended the last video like on that ledge up there. So I was gonna come down here, and then use the Could have just fast traveled, but I figured it'd be quicker to just quickly do this. So I was gonna come down, use the Can't actually see it from here for some reason. I guess the animation hasn't loaded in. There it is. You can see it. Use the air vents to get back up there, and then run over there and rest at the bonfire. As I was coming down, I wanted to see if I could jump to any of these things. And then I see this cave. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. Because as soon as I saw the cave, as soon as I saw it, and it's like a double son of a bitch, because not only did I then come in and I'm like, I'll start the next episode, because like that was the end of my recording session. I was tired. I didn't feel like continuing. I'm like, okay, I'll go back and save, and that's when I remembered that I can just save and quit from anywhere. And then I saved and quit and exited the game, and then I double son of a bitch because I remembered that, like, you gotta keep in mind it's only been a few days basically since I discovered, the share factory thing and how it can splice and everything. So it slipped my mind that I could just save the clip of me coming down here and finding this. So, trying to find out what the big it's gonna be useless, isn't it? Boost holy damage negation. Thanks. 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 And that makes me parent. Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? This isn't illegal, is it? Shouldn't be. I can't imagine this being illegal. It just occurred to me because I just woke up like an hour ago. Got me a nice cold Mountain Dew sitting up in the window. It just occurred to me to take my anxiety meds. I need to see if there's like something on my like a phone app. Like, I know there's like calendar like apps like things for stuff, but what I need is something that, and I'll check out different, if I can remember to fucking download them. I'll check out different apps and see if they have features like this, which I imagine they probably do, where it can like basically have a notification in my notification bar as a reminder to do something. That way, I'll see it every time I turn my phone on. I'll have to see if I can get it to like have like priority, because like some apps like get like priority when it comes to their notifications, where they'll be like at the top of the list. Like no matter what I do, the very top of my list is always stuff like update your phone, and which I haven't updated my phone since I got it, because every time I try to do it, it gives me the option to either update it over Wi-Fi or update it over data, and I click data, and then it fails. It says it can't, and so I need to wait until I go to the library or something, connect to some Wi-Fi. My Avast antivirus thing let me know my device is secured. Um, Bat Country at the very top, which is the song I happen to have last been listening to on Pulsar, which is the music app that I use. Which actually, you know what I need to do? You know what I really need to do? I've used Pulsar for years because, like, it's the best app I've found. Like, if you got any suggestions, you know, I'll check out other apps. But it's the best, like, music listening app that I found for my Android. But it does have a paid version that has two things that I kind of want. And so I think I should. I still have $15 worth of swag bucks even after redeeming that Amazon card. So I'm gonna see if I can get a Google Play card. And then I can, because I think the paid version of Pulsar is only like $3 or $4, because it's got some more themes, and there's only like 2 themes in like the base version. And I mean, the theme that I use is like all black and dark and stuff, and I like dark mode themes. Not like a like edgelord like it's just easier on my eyes. Any app, any program, anything that lets you put it in like dark mode, I always do that immediately. It's just easier on my eyes and it's more aesthetically pleasing to me. But the paid version has a bunch more themes, and it's got and I think it's a little sneaky to hide this behind a paywall, but I mean, I guess they gotta make their money somehow, and at least they don't put ads in it. Like, you'd be surprised when I was first trying to find apps for like my music, because like the base, you know, Google Music app is just I couldn't stand it. Just wasn't any good. But you'd be surprised how many I came across that had fucking ads and shit, and like little banner ads, and like there was even one, I can't remember what it was, but there was one that I downloaded that like after every like 4 songs it would pause your music and play an ad, like actually a video ad. It's like, Jesus Christ. And that obviously would have a paid version to remove the ads, and obviously that's how they make the money. But Pulsar, at least it doesn't have any ads at all. Like, I've never once seen an ad in Pulsar. But another thing it does lock behind its paywall is equalizer settings. And I think, like, one thing I think is a little unfair is that they don't let you try them out to see if they're even worth it. Because they have one, like, I can click the list and look at them, and piece of hair in my mouth. They're, you know, the kind of equalizer settings that you'd expect in most music apps, and one of them is optimized for headphones. And I'm like, well, who's not using their, like, it's a phone, you're probably gonna have headphones on. So been meaning to get the but you'd think they'd have like a thing where you could click it and like listen to like a 30-second clip of your music just to see what it changes. But, and that makes me worried that it may not be worth it. Like the fact that they don't have a preview, it may not be like worth the money. But assuming, I can actually, you know what, I can check right now and see how much the premium Pulsar is. Better not. I gotta be careful what I tap in this. I don't want to accidentally tap play on anything and have it be equalizer, normal presets, equalizer on. Upgrade to Pulsar Plus. 16 extra themes, theme customization, 5-band equalizer, 9 pre-built equalizers, bass boost, reverb, more. Thank you for your purchase. To support. Okay, download. How much is it? $3.99. Dang, that's honestly not much. So I will check to see if I feel like every video I do lately is like seems like it may be sponsored. Because like I'm talking about like swag bucks, and now I'm like rambling on about a fucking app for listening to music. But the only reason, okay, let's follow this like Hansel and Gretel with the breadcrummies, and let's follow this trail back to the. There was a big hoopla about them making a Hansel and Gretel movie where they just changed the name to Gretel and Hansel, and like I'm not sure where I feel on that, because on one hand, I do recognize that that's like kind of just a blatant lazy attempt at saying, hey, look, we're woke, we're putting the woman front and center. And like that kind of shit annoys me because I find that more sexist than like just like the stuff that they're claiming to fight against. Like I like that scene in one of the Avengers movies where like every single woman on the entire battlefield teams up. I hate that scene so fucking much. Not because it's girl power. I'm fine with that. Like one of my favorite scenes, both for like how awesome it is, but also for the comedy of it, is the scene in, I can't remember which movie it is, but it's the one where Black Widow and it was either Coulson or Hogan, Happy Hogan. It was one of them two characters. I can't remember which one. I don't think it was Coulson because he's pretty capable. So I think it was Hogan. Uh, like they go in that thing and like Hogan like starts fighting the first guy, and the first thing I love about it is that Black Widow just walks past the first guy. That's one little key element that like I think like kind of gets overlooked in that scene. She walks past him because she could have took him down in 2 seconds, but she knows that Hogan's going to fight that one, and even though she knows that she's like in 1,000 times more capable than he is, and in that scene it shows, she knows he's got that. He's got that battle, so she doesn't try to one up him by like taking that, like, I don't want to say kill, but like take the kill away from him for that battle. She just walks right past that first guy, knowing that Happy's gonna fight him off, and I like that. Even though she knows she's capable, she kind of like has that like still respect for people that she's working with. But anyway, that scene, I like the way that scene plays out. But the scene in the Avengers movie, the reason that makes me mad is not because I have a problem with all the characters teaming up, because there was actually a similar scene in I think the movie before it, where some of the women teamed up, and I was fine with that one. It's the one where I think like the lady, the lady, who's the lady that, I can't remember these characters' names. Scarlet Witch I know is her superhero name, but I don't think they use that much. I don't think they actually use that name until like way later. Wanda, yeah. I still haven't seen WandaVision. I need to get around to seeing that. That's one of the like non-movie series that I've actually kind of interested in watching. But I like when she comes down and starts kicking ass, and then that other woman's like, "Why was she up there the whole time?" That makes me laugh. That bit I'm fine with because that's realistic. But the one in Endgame, where like every single female of the entire battlefield just happens to be in that particular area for their big team up. In fact, if you like, I can't give any examples because it's been years since I saw that movie, but I remember when I did like notice this, I actually kind of went back and looked over some details. It's not actually physically possible for that to have happened. Like if you look at the timeline of the events and at what points like some of the other characters were at different places of the battlefield, it makes no sense for some of them to be where they are during that scene. And it's just blatant pandering by, writers that really don't fucking know what they're doing. And why am I going off on this tangent? Like, okay, we're gonna reverse. Um, I can't I can't stay on one topic. Like, okay, if you want an example of a feminist movie, a girl power, not I guess not necessarily girl power, but like a truly feminist movie, go watch The Descent. It's got an all female cast, and it's like it's one of the movies that, like, when people say it's a feminist movie, they actually fucking it's actually is, because it's a horror movie and some people die and bad things happen, but like it avoids a lot of the tropes that tends to seep into a lot of movies. But anyway, reversing like the trail. Okay, so the breadcrumbs, the crummy breads, was, and I gave the example of the Hansel and Gretel, and then I mentioned that they changed the name, and I said I wasn't really sure. I didn't really have an opinion on it, because on one hand, I do think it's a blatant move to just like pander, to like really just kind of say, haha, look, look how woke we are. Like that. I think that's my problem. Like, I actually like movies that are kind of woke and stuff. Like, fuck, I like Black Panther. I like that movie. That was a good movie. Not sure what they're gonna do with the character now. I don't read interviews and shit. Like, I don't follow like shit like that, so I don't know if they've like said anything about what they're gonna do with the character, like kill him off screen or whatever. I think killing him off screen would be the best like choice. Like have him have the movie like be like all about like how he had a very respectable, like very like hard fought battlefield death or some shit. Because like the other options would be claiming that he's just like in another place, like he's just off doing something else. And that would feel kind of cheap. And then the least respectable would be like recasting him with a new actor, which they've done before. You know, the Harry Potter movies did that with Dumbledore. They recast him because the actor died. That's, although I guess that's a little different, since like that's a established series based on something, so you can't exactly write a character out of what they're already in. And look, I'm not really in the mood to deal with you, sir. So we're just gonna go up here. So yeah, the renaming of that movie, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen it because the trailer just didn't really interest me. Like, I'm not much for like the whole like reimaginings of fairy tales to make them more dark than the Disney version, which ironically just kind of brings them back in line with how they originally were before Disney got their hands on them. That's the funny thing, is like there was a big trend a while back of doing that. Like, hey, it's you, buddy. I'll talk to you in a minute. There was a big trend for a while of doing that with movies, like, and it was still Disney doing it, but they were like marketing as like the darker version, like the darker take on it. And they also had this like the trend of like giving like the villain side of the story and come up with a bunch of stupid bullshit reasons why they are villains is so stupid, because the reasons they come up with, like I don't know why. I think some YouTuber I watched, I can't remember who, actually talked about this a bit, about why we like villains, and was it Sarah Z? Might have been her. Why we like villains, and like how, like, yeah, I think it was when she was talking about the fandom that sprung around that Onceler character from that one Dr. Seuss movie, and like how like we like villains and we enjoy villains, but then we feel instead of just admitting that like sometimes it's fun to not necessarily root for the bad guy, but just kind of enjoy the spectacle of watching them be the bad guy. but then we don't want to really acknowledge that part of us, that kind of like Schadenfreude part of us that enjoys the just a good well written villain. So we always have to like make him either redeemable or whatever. Anyway, um, uh, what was I talking about? Yeah. The Disney movies, the Disney movies. This has like been the longest, most multi-tangented fucking ramble that I've ever had. Okay, back to the thing. So, on one hand, I think that it is like when they changed the name of that movie, it is just like a blatant, like cheap way of trying to pander. And the sad thing is, it works. Like a lot of people, they don't realize that they're being pandered to by. Like I actually talk a lot, to anyone who will listen, which is no one. But I talk a lot about uh, rainbow marketing, which is when uh, corporations will like change their fucking Twitter pic to like a gay pride symbol for 1 month or some shit. See, we're on your side. We're on your side now. Buy our product. But anyway, on the other hand, if I'm being completely honest, I kind of feel like it should have been called that from the beginning. And I would actually go as far as saying that naming it Hansel and Gretel in the first place, like whoever wrote it, was it one of the Grimm stories? I'm not into fairy tales. I'm gonna be honest. I've never really gotten into the concept of fairy tales. Like even like the old ones, they just don't appeal to me. So like I haven't even really read any of the original Grimm stuff because it just doesn't do anything for me. But like Hansel doesn't do shit. Like if you like I don't like again, I don't know how it is in the original story, but in every like, adaptation I've ever seen, Hansel doesn't do shit. So like as much as I don't like, generic pandering and stuff, like I feel like that's just righting a wrong, like like it should have been called that from the beginning. Um like anyway, uh like I can't think of any other examples of that where like there's like a show or like a story or anything. uh like what if like the Harry Potter books were called Ron Weasley and the Tale of His Bespectacled Friend? Anyway, I kind of actually want to read. I kind of want to. There probably is. There's like so much fucking fan fiction, but like I kind of want to read a version of Harry Potter that's told 100% from Ron's point of view, and it's just him bitching the whole time about Harry getting like all the credit for like even times that Ron like should have taken the spotlight, like solving the chess thingy and like it's still like all on and just like have it written like a really like uppity like queen. I don't mean queen like royalty. I mean like bitchy queens, like the kind of like Desperate Housewives kind of thing that you see, like that kind of trope. Like where he's like giving like tons of like backhanded compliments and like it's like his tale of it. It's like his like he's given his like accounting of the events, and he keeps trying to pretend that like he's like praising and like being like like oh you get an account of the great hero from someone who was by his side the whole time, but like it's just full of just like little backhanded compliments and stuff. That would be the greatest thing ever. Oh, anyway. Okay. Okay, 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 okay. The trailer breadcrumbs. Back to okay. The Reese, and I was gonna take anxiety meds. That's actually. And don't think that me acting this way is the anxiety meds, because I'm on a slow acting one, because I was given a choice between either a quick acting one that wears off pretty quickly, or a slow acting one that lasts the whole day. And I originally went with the quick acting one because my thought process was like, if I found myself in a high anxiety situation, I could take one real quick and calm myself down. But I found that in those high anxiety situations, by the time the shit wore off, I was just still anxious, and like there was a limit to how much I could take in one day. So I went with like the slow acting, slow slow acting's and acting. That's a old Markiplier reference. Anyway, um, uh, the reason so I was okay. So at the very beginning of the episode, I was talking about how I found that how much time do I have left? How long? But 31 minutes. I've been rambling for 30 minutes, and I haven't done shit. Oh God, I'm Hansel. I'm Hansel. I haven't done shit. Um. Okay, so I was mentioning how I didn't realize, and it didn't click with me until after I had already closed the game, that I could have just saved the footage and spliced it together to show me coming across the cave. And then okay, this is what actually started like the whole mess, the whole like big long like the roundabout. Like, this is just how I tell stories. Is I have to tell 40 stories to tell the story. Is It made me paranoid, because like having one video be me like trying desperately to find an item, and then starting the next video with me standing in front of the item. My mind immediately went to, people are going to think I fake this, people are going to, like, that's a paranoia I have. Like, I've always had that paranoia, is that, and like I think part of it is that I actually do have some experiences throughout my life with stuff like that, especially when it comes to humor. Like, I look, I'm gonna say something that sounds egotistical, but I don't mean it to be. I'm a pretty funny guy. Like, I'd like to think I am. I'd like to think I am, but I have had so many experiences, especially when I was younger. It hasn't happened much when as an adult. It has happened a few times, but especially when I was when I was like a teenager, and even as like a preteen. I'd have experiences where I'd make a joke or I'd say something funny, and then like if someone else, like people would be laughing, someone else would be like, "Where'd you hear that? Where'd you get that from?" And I would say, "Oh, I didn't hear it anywhere. It just popped in my head just now." And they'd accuse me of lying because they couldn't fathom that I could have possibly come up with something funny on the spot. And I've actually had a lot of experiences like that. And I don't know, like, I don't like David. You're probably the only one watching this, so comment if and let me know if you've ever had that experience. But um like, that kind of thing, and just also just my general paranoia, my anxiety, which I spent like 30 minutes trying to explain that I'm on anxiety meds, and uh going off on 40 tangents, so I should think by now that it's pretty clear that I do have anxiety. And it just makes me anxious, and think that like someone's gonna see this and think, yeah, you, between videos, you looked up where to find it. That you're faking, you faker, fucking faker piece of shit, faker piece of shit. The worst one, the worst one by far. And David, you'll remember this. It might still be up on the channel. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was during my most recent attempt at doing a playthrough. Because I know I did some Dark Souls 3 on the channel, but that was around when my PC died the first time. And then I replaced the part, and then it died again. And, I still have that PC sitting over there, and even after all these years, I could get the replacement again if I saved up for it. But for it to have broke within the same, like, within a year, There must be something else in it. And I'm not even sure if this time that is the part that is broken, so I could purchase the replacement and it turned out to be another problem. But anyway, um, you remember in Dark Souls 3, there was that ledge, and there was part, like, it kind of went off into, like, nothingness, and, like, off to the side you could see a tower. And if you walked off the ledge, it turned out to be an invisible floor. I found that by accident. Because I was, like, looking, I was standing at, like, okay, let's pretend this rock is the ledge. I was, like, standing here, I'm looking around, I'm, like, trying to, like, look at the surrounding area, and, like, get an eye, like, get, like, a bird's eye, try to figure out how I would get up to that tower. And like, I end up in this position as I'm just, like, you know, walking around and looking, and I end up in this position. And at that point, I go to set my controller down, and I accidentally press circle. Which, you know, if you hold your controller with your hand kind of naturally goes to that area. And I ended up back stepping off the ledge onto the invisible part. And in the moment, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck? I found something. And then later, I never actually got accused of anything, but later, upon watching the footage, my anxiety crept in and thought that it looked so fucking blatantly fake. Like I had set it up to, like, find something that I already knew about and like, you know, brag that I had found it by accident. Although, in retrospect, if I was going to set something up to be, like, you know, a fakey fake man, you'd think instead of making it look like I found it by accident, I would make it look like it was through, like, you know, thinking. Because I know, like, with with those invisible floors, you can, like, throw rocks or, like, shoot arrows and hit the invisible floor. So if I was going to fake it, I'd probably, like, try to find a way to make it look like it was through, like, actual ingenuity and coming up with stuff rather than an accident. But still, looking back, I actually considered not even uploading the video, because looking back over it, I kept having this voice in my head saying, this looks so fake, it looks like you're making it up, it looks like this isn't an accident. But yeah, so I've been recording for 35 minutes, and everything I've just said could be, if a normal person was doing this Let's Play, they could have summed it up with, I hope no one thinks that I'm pretending to have found this. My anxiety makes me think that sometimes. Anyway, let's move on. But that's not how I operate. I have to... I can't say things like that. I have to over-explain things. I think that, you know, I would actually say I think that's probably another facet of my anxiety. Like, that might be my anxiety manifesting in another way, because I do constantly feel the need to over-explain everything and, like, give backstory on everything for fear that someone might misconstrue me, or they might not understand what I'm saying, or I might not be getting my point across. I always feel the need to over-explain things. Anyway,
work, felling that dragon, and as such,
you mean the one that got stuck on humping a building?
Brought back. It's used in dragon communion.
Can I have your hat?
Yourself overcome by hunger for the heart, yearning for its strength, then seek the decrepit church on the little island off the western coast.
I don't know how to. I actually, okay. See, here's the thing, dude. I've seen that island. I don't know how to get to it.
Those who partake in dragon communion will one day shed their humanity, their hunger for dragon, their yearning only worsens until the floodgates burst.
Are you?
Unleashing eternal torment, the strength of a...
I was gonna say, are you like a dragon? Like, do you have a dragony face?
But deadly. It's no surprise that dragon communion is ruinous.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that. Like, even in games where, like, like, you can do stuff like that and it doesn't carry any, like, I don't know what he means by that. That could just be a lore thing. Like, it might not have any gameplay ramifications whatsoever. But I don't think I'll bother with that. Okay, so what we're gonna do today is we're actually gonna go uh yeah, we're gonna go to Stormhill is where we're gonna go. And the reason we're gonna go to Stormhill is because I'm slowly making my way through David's videos. I keep hitting parts that is like stuff like he explored that underground area, and luckily, thankfully, even though I guess in the end it didn't matter because that ended up being in a post commentary recording, so I wasn't able to. The fuck. This is where I originally found Roderica. Uh, I wonder if she left that for me as thanks. I mean, if she did, it's a little weird that she never mentioned that she left a thank you at the location. Anyway, when I got to David's part where he started going down that elevator, I'm like, okay, this isn't a place I've been, so I skipped ahead. Like, uh, or no, at that point I didn't skip ahead. I stopped watching because that was in his second stream. So at that point, I realized that he's probably like explored stuff that I can't. And so finally, after all I've done, I was able to watch him explore. He he explored a little bit of the catacombs that I did with the rolling thing, but he gave up and left. Uh, and then he did a bit of the that underground place that I really liked, but he didn't fight the boss, and I don't know if he's going to on his stream. Which, to make it clear, I'm not at all upset that he's not streaming because I know he was sick and uh, like he just wanted to relax and play the game. And at the end of the day, like I want him to know that if there's any part of him that feels bad that he's getting to watch me play this, but I haven't gotten, other than the 3 streams he's done, I won't get to see his playthrough. Keep in mind that before I found this PS4 recording method, there was like a 2-year period where there was quite a few games that you probably would have enjoyed seeing me play that you didn't get to see me play. Um, uh, some of which were even games that I leached from you, because we used to do password sharing on PS4 so that I could play some games that he had bought. Um, but then they changed the way that works so that it was a lot more difficult, and I didn't want to get his account locked or anything. Anyway, I watched him play part of that. Once he realized he had to lit the braziers, he lit a few, but then he ended up going up that elevator to that red place. And then I saw that rather than saying "fuck this shit, I'm out," he actually started exploring a bit of the red place. So I skipped ahead until he was here, and I remember him saying, he was like, I don't think he portaled to this spot exactly. I think he portaled to the one down here, because I saw him going through that gate with the guy that jumps down and everything. And as he's walking up this, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's why blah blah blah. I was going up this and I just got distracted." And I realized, "Oh, I did too." That's when I realized that the exact same thing happened to me. That I think I was making my way up this, and I think I could be wrong, but I think what ended up happening is I found one of those. I either ended up going around somehow, although it doesn't look like there's any way to go around. Because I know I have not explored this area. I've not explored this castle, this place. So either what happened is I ended up going around, or I found one of them little teleporter things, and it sent me like over here somewhere. I think that may be what had happened. I'd have to look back over the footage, but actually, I have my. I'll have to mute it so you don't hear double voice and shit. Let's click on number 4. Let's click on video number 4. Because I'm actually curious how I ended up going past this shit. Okay. Yeah, okay. Video number 4 is when I'm fighting the guy that dropped the troll that drops down at that point. And then I'm at the storm. I'm in this stormy area, and I'm fighting stuff. I'm wandering off. That's when That's when I wandered off to the jellyfish fields. Okay, here's me finding Roderica. Okay, that's ending that video. Okay, number 5. Okay, now I'm in water. I ended up going. Then there's the lady that reads your fingers. So, where's the finger reading lady near here? I don't think there is one. Maybe she moved. I don't know why I'm so curious about this. There's still me on cliff, still in the same general area. Okay, that's when I got transported to the round table. Hold. Me getting hugged and losing some maximum health. Totally worth it. Totally worth it. I'm actually, in real life, if I had to lose some of my maximum health just to get a hug from a pretty girl, I'd probably take it. I'd probably take that offer. I'm kind of lonely. I like to tell people I'm basically I'm an incel without the misogyny, like incel light, diet incel. Uh, just a lonely old man. Don't mind. Don't listen to anything I say. I'm just a lonely old man. Uh, okay, episode 8. Still, hey, there's me finding see, now I'm in the swamp. I think I must have like I think there is a path. Yeah, I think there's a path through here. Yeah, because there's the finger reader crone, and in one of the videos I saw it. So I think like I took a path, and I think there's a little bit of woods through here you can go, and that's how I went that. But I never did actually go up into this place, and I saw that David was heading up there, and I'm like, okay. And then I ended the video, and that was yesterday. I was watching a bit. I ended the video, and said, all right, in my next episode, I will, after all this time, return, after all this time off the beaten path. I don't think... Can I get my foot? Can I have my foot, please? Thank you. Thank you. I needed my foot back. Alright. Because I know I explored, under these bridges and shit. Can I avoid these guys? I don't feel like dealing with them. Yeah, I explored under there. And then and then I was exploring under it, and then I ended up on this side, and then I think I just explored further up, and I never came back to this path here. So this is new to me. This is what I haven't done. Ooh, one of these things. Come on. Come on. There we go. Wild strikes. Wait a minute. What are wild strikes? Wild strikes heavy. Grants a swing armament with wild abandon. Hold to continue swinging. Can be followed up with normal or strong attack. Usable on axes and hammers as well as curved swords and great swords. Oh, damn. That seems like something that would be maybe worth trying out. Other stuff I found hasn't really seemed that worth it. Like this one, I kind of like the idea of it, but I don't have I haven't put the points into the stuff needed for a blood build to be decent. But wild strikes, I may next time I go back to the thing, I may put that on one of my swords and try it out. All right, what do we got here? All right, come on, come on. Oh, I still got the big thing. Why do I still got the big fucker? Oh, I used up all my fucking arrows. Okay, okay, listen. Do I have any squishies? I have no. Okay. I was gonna go back and buy some arrows. Why did I? There we go. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. It's all good. It's all good. Now you, come here. Bink. I know that whatever's here is going to end up being probably pretty easy, considering that this is where I was supposed to go. Like, I'm 30 hours into this game, and this is where I was supposed to go. Like maybe. Oh fuck! What the fuck was that? Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. This is dangerous. Alright, how far can you turn? Oh, you can't turn. You ain't shit, boy. And one complaint I have, like, I like that you can destroy them, but it's kind of annoying that you can't use the turrets, because at least in like Bloodborne and whatnot, when you've like got to the turrets that enemies were using, you could activate them yourself, which wasn't that useful because I can't remember if there was ever any point. You know, I feel bad. Like I feel like this guy was left out. Yeah, I just feel like one day he would like turn around and just like see like all the devastation behind him and be like, what happened back there? They know I'm hard of hearing. They should have like let me know. I told them to like that we need like a system for letting me know when they need my help. Anyhoozle. But I can't remember if there was any parts. Like, I know in either Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3, it was either in 2 or 3, there was a battle that you actually could use the turrets to your advantage. It was on like this, like, I want to think it was 2. There was like a guy you fought and there was a few turrets. Not turrets, turret kind of. Or I don't know, like, does a turret have to be a machine gun to count as a turret? Because, like, you always hear turret in response to, like, modern, but, like a ballista, I guess. Like, I wonder, like, where the word turret, originated. Like, did that word only come about when, like the machine gun ones started happening? Or was turret ever used in regards to... I need to look this up. I apologize. This is just an obsession I have, like origins of phrases and origins of words. I always... Turret. Origin. No, not Tourette's. Turret. A small tower forming part of a city. That's not... Self-contained weapon platform housing guns and capable of rotation. That's the one that I want. That's the one that I want. Turret. Diminutive of Torf means tower. A siege tower, a movable building, square. Usually moved. Carrying soldiers. A tower like soldier post with the military. Rail transport. I still can't find any information. Okay, so I think I'm fine. Okay, so I think I know. I think I'm getting an idea of how the word came about. It originally actually meant like a little, like those little towers there, like little offside towers. And then they would put siege weapons up there that were capable of rotating. And then when like the machine gun like obviously like machine gunners would be up there in like World War II and whatnot. So I do think that the term was probably utilized in regards to ballistas. Like a ballista placed in a tower would then become a turret. Combine ballista and tower and you get turret. I think that might be like like I said, I get kind of weird about words and like where words come from and just stuff and things. Touch gold summon sign. Alright, I'm not gonna like I've went most of this game without like even knowing if you could summon NPCs, and I kind of part of me doesn't want to just yet unless I find out that this boss is particularly. I have 5 minutes left, so we'll find out. We'll find out. We'll find out. We're getting a cutscene. I think this is the first cutscene we've gotten since I started the game.
In search of the Elden Ring.
I guess. I kind of forgot what I was in search of.
By the flame of ambition.
You got shit growing on your face, dude. I want to get that checked out. Yeah, my horse can jump higher than that.
Someone must extinguish thy flame. Let it be Margit the Fell.
You got some hairy arms, dude. You know that? Like not knocking you. Like that's a compliment. You got some chonky hair on that arm. Oh, he got a turny attack. Oh. So he got a big staff that he can use, but he's also got like a little. He got a scorpion tail. Why he got a scorpion tail? Oh, you jump back and throw it. That's a sneaky move. That's what I would call a sneaky move. You know, some moves are regular moves, some moves are sneaky moves.
Well,
Okay, that.
warrior blood must truly run thy veins.
Thank you. I did choose the warrior class, so I guess that's Accurate. Oof. Ow. Ow. Oh. Oh. That was a combo. That was a combo you had on you there, sir. I can. Look, I'm a straight man, but I'm still a little focused on them hairy arms. Like, could I touch them? I just like this is purely aesthetic. Like, it's not a sexual thing. I'd like to touch your hair. I'd like to touch your arm, because here's the thing, the hair looks very soft. It doesn't look coarse. It looks like it'd be like a fluffy cat. Your arm looks like a fluffy cat, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, that wind up, that 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 wind up is a long one. Well, it's about time I saw you attack with your tail. I hadn't seen you do that yet. Okay, now you're doing this.
Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Put these.
Oh, the same exact combo. Not just the same combo. Alright? Not just the same combo, but the same attack, the same hit within that combo is what killed me. That's a toughy tough. That is, how much time do I got left? This is a toughy tough. That's what we in the business call a toughy tough. call that a toughy toughy tough tough. Ow.
Thou art of passing skill. Warrior blood must truly run in thy veins. Tarnished.
Yeah, warrior. It's warrior blood with a little bit of Dido blood. Like, I think my alarm's going off. That's see, that's the Dido blood. You know, that's the secret Dido blood. All right. We will continue this battle in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I don't ever want to end the recording during a loading screen, because I'm worried that might, like, the act of it trying to save the video and everything might fuck things up. Anyway, thanks for watching.